Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Eat, Sleep, Install, Repeat podcast. This is episode 5. I'm your host, Rudy Taliani, and today I'm joined by none other than Joel Hilditch. How's it going, Joel?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be here.
Okay. And today we also have a very special guest. We have Kanto's Director of Sales, Jeff Naidu, joining us on the podcast today. How's it going, Jeff?
Good. Nice to be with you guys.
Did I say your last name right?
You did.
Okay,
Indeed.
perfect. Today we are filming on location at the Pittsburgh annual Powerhouse meeting. This is our first in-person and on-location podcast that we've ever produced, and I think it's going to be a special one.
Me too.
I hope so. Hope so. That's the goal.
If you're wondering who Powerhouse and what Powerhouse is, the Powerhouse Alliance is a national consortium of regional wholesale distributors that deliver leading brands to custom installers, specialty dealers, large retailers, and industry buying groups in the residential and commercial audio, video, home entertainment, smart home automation, security, networking, IT, and consumer electronic accessories markets.
Whoa.
That was
Yeah.
but you did good.
I think you guys got it. They are a seamless conduit from the manufacturer to the integrator, serving as a one-stop shop for customers and their installation needs. Powerhouse Alliance delivers on product availability and convenience, offering national distribution with a local touch. The local touch is Davis in that formula there.
And speaking of Davis,
Davis is also this episode's sponsor. Davis Distribution is a regional wholesale distributor that has a passion for bringing success to custom install shops and installers. We service customers in Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Virginia, Southern New Jersey, Delaware, and D.C. Our company offers a quality selection of consumer electronics, including 12-volt audio, video navigation, tint, home audio, video, and various accessories from the residential and commercial install markets. So if you own a custom install company, reach out to us today so we can help you and your company.
that just about wraps that up.
That just about wraps that up.
Nice.
All right, everyone. Now with that out of the way, I'm just going to introduce Jeff one more time. Thank you very much for being on the podcast. We are definitely excited to have you on today.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, this is a first, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Got in. Lost your luggage.
Just got in a couple hours ago. The airline lost my luggage, so I had to make a quick trip to the mall.
Yes, sir.
So this is courtesy of the mall, everything that you're seeing on me right now. So unfortunately, I don't have my Kanto shirt, but I do work for Kanto, and I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, how was your flight in?
The flight in was good. Yeah, I just I did something that I probably shouldn't have done, but I was in Phoenix for a couple days with the family on vacation, and so I did a vacation and then a work trip, of course. And so back to back, so dropped my family off at home and then jumped on a plane and came over here.
So you flew out of Phoenix?
No, I went home to Vancouver, which is where I'm based out of, dropped them off, literally turned around, got back in the airport, and headed over here. Yeah, literally, that's exactly what happened. I got them in the car, got them settled, and then turned around and walked back into security, did all the whole thing again. And I thought they were going to pull me aside because they would have looked at my passport and went, you were just
out,
exited and you're back in
now
here. I thought it might be a little bit suspicious, but no questions asked. It was a breeze. So, but unfortunately, I did lose my luggage, so I am scrambling a little bit, but I think I'm settled now. So.
Anything fun happen on vacation? Any notable stories or?
No, it was just really hot. I mean, Phoenix was 100, and I think one day it was like 113 or 114.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard some reports out that way.
It was crazy hot, so we were out in the pool in the morning and at the mall and indoor stuff during the day.
Air conditioning the rest of the day.
Yeah, and then in the evening, 7, 8 o'clock in the pool again. But it was good, yeah.
So Vancouver is probably a little bit colder than that?
Yeah, it's actually, we're going through what we consider our heat wave, which is kind of, I would say high 80s to low 90s is kind of our heat wave. That's as hot as it gets, and we complain about that there.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of heat, obviously, being in the desert. So it was... I haven't seen rain in a while, so it was kind of nice to see the rain outside. So.
Yep.
Well, how about maybe we can go in and you can start telling us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get in the industry, and maybe how'd you even start at Kanto, or how long you been at Kanto?
Sure, of course, yeah. So I've been a CE nerd for my whole life. Okay. Loved TVs, audio, video, just toys, right? Like any other kid, tech toys. So at an early age, my goal was to do something in that space. So as early as I could, I started to work at a CE retail shop. selling plasma TVs and TVs in general and install and all other good stuff. And kind of worked my way up and wanted to be in the kind of the more corporate side of things. So I ended up applying to a job as a buyer for a national retailer in Canada, and got in there and worked as a buyer for a few years and kind of worked for a couple different companies as a CE buyer. So bought, DVD players, headphones, you name it, sound bars, 5.1 systems, the whole deal. So I did that for a couple of years, and then eventually I decided I wanted to try my hand in sales. And I was ironically buying Kanto at that time and thought Kanto was doing a great job with the product and thought, things could be elevated a little bit more. So I came on Kanto, what is 9 years now?
9 years.
Which is crazy. Okay. So it's been, time's flown by. And within that 9 years, I've held a couple different roles. I've kind of got to see the entire business, both the B2B side, the custom install side, the audio side, and now I'm looking after all sales.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's been a
you've
cool
really
journey.
been able to see everything kind of evolve and.
Yeah. I mean, when I started 9 years ago, we were, our in terms of who we dealt with was a very narrow funnel, I guess, if you want to call it. And now, where you can find us at, obviously the Powerhouse Group and some retailers and just, really strong partners that has helped kind of the brand grow.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Awesome.
That's a recurring theme we get a lot is people starting out, it's a hobby.
Yep.
Then they go and seek, maybe an installation job or something like that, and
And
they
it
work
just
their
keeps
way
progressing.
up. That's like
Yeah.
the common theme in a lot of these episodes,
Yeah.
especially when we ask, how'd you get started, and so.
Yeah, and I'm still, it's something that I enjoy keeping up with, right? I like to learn about the latest TVs and the latest audio and the latest tech. I have way too many headphones, I have way too many of this, right? I still do. My wife.
Well, this probably is awesome for you too, being here at Powerhouse, because you get to see a little bit of everything too. So
exactly, yeah. So I mean, the wife doesn't always approve of the toys, but they still come in from time to time. So it's a fun industry, and it's it's always growing and changing. And I think it's as big as the industry is, it's also a small industry, and you get to know the people, and people may move from one position to another in different companies, and so it's neat. You always kind of cross paths at shows and events. So
Well, let's get into the actual question.
Okay.
Let's get off the personal
Sure,
and onto the actual. Let's get into some product here.
Okay.
So as we all know, speaker stands allow you to place your speakers in the most optimal area to extract the best performance.
Yep.
And it just so happens that Kanto recently came out with a new line of speaker stands featuring floor stands and desktop stands. Would you be able to give us an overview of this new product line and why you guys are excited about it?
Yeah, I mean, speaker stands within Kanto is one of the fastest growing categories. And we're seeing, a gap in the market with speaker stands. We provide excellent value, but with a lifestyle design, right? And as you mentioned, we have floor stands, and within the floor stands, there's a couple different flavors. There's kind of a more, economical price point driven SKU that's, got a wood base and a metal stand that's got cable management. Then we have an all metal design that's kind of the middle rung, and then we have a premium, which is called the SX series, and that's a fillable stand that's got an isolation system built in. So we kind of have, depending on where your customer lies and what kind of speakers they're buying, we kind of have a speaker stand or floor stand that matches that, right? And then the desktop side, that category is something we're seeing a ton of growth with because there just isn't a lot of product that looks good and can be placed on a desk or a piece of furniture. We have a really nice center channel stand called the S10, and that's really seen a lot of popularity within the group because there really isn't a lot of product out there that helps elevate a center channel, right? As you guys know, a lot of furniture is really low to the ground. So what ends up happening is people are putting that center channel on the bottom and it's shooting at your knee or your ankles. And so, the S10 allows you to angle the speaker up.
It's got a little bit of
an incline there. So it really is, and there's single speaker models out there as well that do that as well. So, for us, it's just finding different gaps within that market that we can fill. And that's a category that you're going to see new products out later this year and next year. So that just continues to evolve. It's a category where we're seeing a lot of growth. But the speaker stands allow us to be attached to any brand, right? Really, they are truly universal. We want them to be used with every brand out there.
Yep.
I would think too with the desktop speaker stands, like you probably do see you have probably seen an increase in that because of like gaming, like PC gaming and streamers.
That's what I was about to ask. Like, what kind of I guess that's what it is though. Is streamers and even people that do like audio.
Yeah, exactly
stuff
this.
Like this.
At home podcasters and people that stream games. We also get a lot of at-home recording. So we do kind of elevated stands that are great for like studio monitors. So yeah, I mean, really, they're like I said, they truly are universal. And there's we get pictures sent to us from Instagram and social about how they're being used, and we're always shocked at all the different use case scenarios for speaker stands, right? So it's a really neat category, and again, like I said, they're universal, so they can be used with any brand. So.
But I mean, I've even seen you guys, have like the headphone stands to put on there too, because like you said, like streamers, with the headphones, all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, no, I mean the headphone stands are something that have been really successful. We actually just launched a brand new stand called an H3. It's a neat stand, and really it's an evolution of our headphone stands, and we take dealer feedback really seriously, right? A lot of the products that we create are based on feedback from a Davis or an end user or an integrator. And our product team gets that feedback and actually develops products based on that feedback. So the H3 is a new headphone stand. It's a little bit unique because it requires a little bit of assembly, but the key was that it's a smaller package, so it can ship a lot easier. It comes in a nicer master pack, and then it's got a little slot for your 3.5 or larger headphone jack.
Oh, okay.
That kind of just goes into it. So again, like you said, geared towards someone that might be doing some recording or podcasting. So all those little nuanced features we take care of, right? Just like the speaker stands and all the headphone stands, they're all metal, right? They're all metal design, really durable. If you've ever seen our product up close, one of the things I always do is I always give whether it's a customer or whether it's a partner, I actually put the speaker stand in their hand, and then when they feel it, usually it's like they kind of drop it. They usually drop it because they're like they don't expect it to be as heavy as it is. So usually, they're always like, "Oh wow, there's a lot to that."
Actually,
it's a real sturdy quality product, and
yeah,
awesome.
And they're always surprised when they get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to cover from Kanto, just behind, like something that you really are excited about right now, or?
Yeah. I mean, on the mount side of things, we have, we're always developing new products on the mount side of the business. We just launched a mount called the R600. It's a recessed mount. What's really interesting about this product is that it can actually have a Samsung Connect or a Marantz small amp placed behind it in one box. So it doesn't require a second recessed box. So it's a really clean installation. We think that's going to be a hit with the integrated market. Other categories we're working on is outdoor mounts. So we just launched a new mount called the TE300 SG. And again, we do a lot of things that kind of make our outdoor mounts unique other than stainless steel and galvanization. But we already have an indoor extend and tilt mount. What we did with the outdoor was, again, taking feedback from customers was, what if I extend my mount and then a giant gust of wind comes? I don't want my TV slamming against the wall. So what we did with the outdoor mount is we actually have notches where you can lock it into place as you extend it. So if you want it out, a couple inches and you want to lock it, you actually have the ability to lock it so that, if a gust of wind does come, it's secure. Right. So, and then again, that was feedback. When I think about that feedback, that was from attending CEDIA last year. There was a lot of integrators that came up and said, "We love outdoor mounts. We love your mounts. Is there a way that we can lock them? Because there are areas where it's windy." So,
well, I was going to say that R600, because we just got the email on that last week, I think. So I noticed on that it's got like, is that removable where you would place the Samsung One Connect box? Does that remove out so that you can?
No, so you can actually fix it within the actual bracket itself. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was okay.
No, you can actually fix it.
Because that's going to be a huge thing because a lot of these installers, they're having, they're cutting out the hole for that kind of stuff anyway. So if it's already just built in, that's
that was kind of the goal for it. There's not too many products out in the market right now that allow you to kind of have everything in one, versus having to cut out a separate box for additional products. So
we've been I feel like a lot of stuff we've been getting new lately has been the kind of like hide behind the TV and have a simple setup. You know what I mean? So that's perfect for that because, well, Samsung. I mean, a lot of these Samsung TVs anyway, they're coming with the One Connect box now, so it's all right there. And we have to stick it up in the ceiling or find some place weird for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we were at CEDIA last year, and one of the things we got asked with our previous recessed mounts was, does the Connect box fit? Right. So, like I said, we take dealer feedback very seriously. So, took that to the drawing board and said, hey guys, let's create something that has can fit a Connect box, or and I know there's smaller kind of versatile mini amps that are coming out that can be placed behind a television. So can accommodate that with a really clean installation, right? So we're really excited for the R600. It'll be a killer SKU for the integrator market.
How do you guys get a lot of your dealer feedback? Just from shows like that, or like on the website? Do they have like a way to?
Yeah, not an official form. I would say our sales team is actively out there talking to partners is the biggest way. And our product team does a really good job of taking that feedback and turning it into successful products, right? So I think a lot of it's just listening and using the feedback. I think a lot of manufacturers get a lot of feedback. Yeah. It's just whether they can do anything with it. Right. So we're just lucky in the sense we're able to actually implement those changes.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. You guys are actually able to like take that and what people want and be able to put it into the product. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the best feedback I think you can get too is from the dealer.
Yeah. Because they're out there installing it every day. They're the ones,
Yeah. They can test it out. They can see what they like, don't like, or and they can say what they want. So that's definitely a benefit.
For sure.
Let's next up. I wanted to ask you about the Kanto installer series. Yep. Why is that a great solution for the custom installer?
Yeah. So the installer series was built from the ground up with dealer feedback. Davis was included, of course, with that dealer feedback. And it's a line of mount products that is geared specifically towards custom integrators. And it allows them to make as much margin dollars as they want, right? That was something that was obviously a common theme when we talked to Davis and others was installers want to make margin on the mounts, and that's fair. TV margins can vary. So the installer series allows them to make as much margin as they want, and that line continues to grow. So we've just added 2 new products to it. There's a ceiling mount that's part of that lineup now. There's also an extend and tilt mount that's part of that lineup now, and we're looking at some additional products that'll be added down the road. And really what that is, it's a line of products that we've tweaked and adjusted for the installer product, right? So in the case of let's say a tilt mount, for example, that may require an extendable plate on a normal product. We've extended the plate right out of the gate, so the installer doesn't have to take that time to do it on the job site. So it's really about efficiency, right?
So it's kind of like pulled out of the box and it's ready to go.
It's ready to go, yeah. We've kind of, obviously, and again, that was with your feedback and others. We built that line to really increase efficiency and for you to kind of, finish the job, move on to the next one. So, minimal waste, minimal plastic, everything's recyclable. Everything's laid out in a very functional way.
It's kind of just a brown box too, right?
Yeah, it's a brown box.
It does showing off a whole lot because they know what they're getting, and it's just saving everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have the shiny box that you have to get rid of that nobody sees anyways. Right. But it does still come with our what I call our famous bolt box. If you guys have seen our products up close, you've seen our Kanto bolt box, which is something that all integrators appreciate, all our sellers appreciate. So it does still come with kind of what what you expect out of a Kanto mount.
So it's not just like a big like plastic
bag of bolts. Yeah, the IKEA bag of bolts is what I call it, right? When you rip
with
it,
A, B, C, D. Yeah,
you rip it open and then take your knife and you cut it open
and you lose everything. Yeah,
there it goes. It's very well laid out. It's very well thought. And what's nice about that is it helps increase efficiency, but it also a lot of dealers will keep it, or they'll give it to the customer and say, "Hey, keep this in case you switch your TVs.
Right.
Here's the additional bolts that you need to make it switch down the road." So it just increases confidence. Really, it's all about mounting a television is all about efficiency and being confident with what you have, right? So that's what we're all about.
And that's what I was going to say too. I mean, with with the cost cutting. A lot of the customers, they're going to come in and see the final product of the TV hung on the wall. They're not really going to see behind it. And so they don't. To them, it's no different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just finding the right value, right? Yep. We want to make sure that the product is of value. It's well built, and everyone along the line is successful with it, right across the board. And that's really the goal with the installer series. So. Yeah, we've been very excited with it. Of course, Davis has been a big supporter of the installer series, and we're excited to grow that and become bigger with you guys. So,
do you guys hang on to your boxes after you buy something?
Sometimes, yeah. It's weird. Yeah, I'll keep something for a while, then I'll look at it like 6 months down the road. I'm like, why do I have this?
Yeah.
Why did I keep this?
I don't know. In the back of your head, you're always wondering if you're gonna have to return this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I'll throw the receipt away as soon as I leave the store, but then the box I'll keep forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've gotten the habit of taking a picture of the receipt because I feel like
good idea.
That's a good idea because as long as you have the transaction number thing or invoice number thing, they can pull that up on their computer. So take a picture, throw it into a folder, and then shred the receipt if you want. But the picture thing, because with receipts they keep them in a bag or something.
You keep it in the car. That's what I started to
and
do.
They disappear, and like you're like,
the heat's gonna get it.
Yeah. Or water or something.
Idea.
So take a picture, get the invoice. That's the key.
If you learn anything, it's that.
Takeaways. Yeah, fair enough.
So are you excited to be here at the Powerhouse meetings and get a chance to see everything and meet with everybody?
Yeah, very much so. This is my first Powerhouse Sales Conference, so I'm looking forward to meeting the whole group. I've met most of them at other shows, but I'm really excited to have meetings with them one-on-one and talk about the business and kind of how we can grow. So very excited to meet everybody. It's a fun group. So looking forward to spending some time.
Are you going to be attending CEDIA this year?
We will be at CEDIA. Yeah, we'll have a booth at CEDIA. We're excited. We'll be showing the R600, of course. Mm-hmm. We're also excited to show off a brand new full motion mount called the PMX 800. That was kind of in response to all these massive TVs getting sold in terms of screen size.
85s, 98s,
105, 115. So the PMX 800 will do up to 120-inch TV.
Wow.
And I believe it's got a VESA, don't quote me on this, 900 by 600. So it's got a unique VESA pattern that kind of helps with some of these TVs that are coming out. Mm-hmm. So
and it's full motion, so you can...
Yeah, it comes off the wall, 30 plus inches off the wall.
So you can take that huge TV and move it any way you want to.
Exactly. So we're excited. We're going to show that off at CEDIA. I'm hoping that we're showing it off with a big TV just to kind of show it, to kind of get that wow factor. So that's the plan. So really looking forward to CEDIA. It's always a fun show. So.
We were just talking, where is CEDIA? We weren't
It's in Denver.
Denver, okay.
Denver the first week of September.
That sounds about right.
They jump around, right? They go Denver, then sometimes they go to
Indianapolis.
And then Dallas, I think, or I know somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
And
I think they were in Denver last year, and I think they're in Denver for a couple years.
Okay.
I think they may have signed something that they're sticking around for a couple of years. But yeah, Denver's a fun city, and it's a cool city. So
anything you like to do in Denver when you're there?
Good question. Yeah, I mean the food's always good, and it's just a good place to kind of go out and do stuff. Yeah. It's always there's always something going on there.
I heard it's really pretty, so
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good question too. Do you ever do you ever get any downtime to be able to kind of go sightseeing at all, or?
I wish, not usually. Usually I'm in and out. I have a 5-year-old at home, so I try to get home to him as quick as I can. So. I'd love to, but not usually. I mean, other than dinners and food, sightsees. It's always tricky to be away for many days and then add a couple extra on just to sightsee. So it's hard to get that approved with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're probably traveling a lot and everything.
Yeah,
like you just told us earlier. I mean, he's off the plane right back on it.
Well, do you have anything else for us, or anything else you want to cover? Or
No, I think we covered everything. Yeah, no, this was great. I really appreciate being on, and like I said, we're happy to have the Powerhouse Group as a partner of ours, and Davis obviously has been a strong partner. So really happy to be on here, and hopefully I get invited back.
Of course,
definitely. Yeah, you're always invited anytime you want.
You are the first one to actually be here in person with us, and most of these we do Zoom. So we'd love to have you back either way.
Sounds good.
Yep. Well, thank you for coming on, and we really appreciate it. We love working with Kanto. And before we go, do you want to plug any socials or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously follow us on LinkedIn at Kanto Living. We have a couple Instagram channels. We have Kanto Mounts, Kanto Audio. So we have a couple different channels depending on the category. But make sure you follow us. And we do have a newsletter as well. So if you go on our website, at the bottom, there's a newsletter subscription. So all the latest and greatest products, we make sure we communicate it out to the group. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is a wrap, everyone. We'll see you guys next time.